Hello, everyone. This is Hannah Musa, and this is my week 3 presentation on temperament in the workplace for MPA 520 in Dr. Beth Grove's class. So to start off, I'll be going over temperament, character, and intelligence, and the definitions of these words as Keirsey defines them. And then I'll be going over the 4 different types of temperament that we've been discussing in class, and also how I've personally encountered them in my work in the public sector. So starting off with temperament, Keirsey defines temperament as basically what you are born with or predisposed to, whereas your character is what develops based on what you are born with. So your character kind of develops over time because of that. And then intelligence, he defines as the ways in which you act and the ways in which you adapt to certain situations, and depending on how well you act or adapt, your intelligence level will show that. And then going over the 4 different types of temperament. So your NFs are your idealists, and those are the people that tend to be more diplomatic in the way that they work and tend to seek out harmony and self-improvement. They tend to be very enthusiastic in the way that they express themselves, and they're also in need of meaningful work as well. Your rational people, or your NTs, are those that tend to be very independent in the way that they work, and they also tend to seek roles that involve investigation and improvement of things. They also tend to be very calm when they express themselves and very logical. Your guardians, or your SJs, tend to be people that tend to seek out increased responsibility. They tend to be very honest in the way that they express themselves, and they tend to want to play by the rules as well in the way that they work. Artisans tend to be very creative. They tend to seek a variety and stimulation and adventure, and skill honing as well. They tend to be very excited as well when they express themselves. So I definitely did encounter these different types of temperament in my workplace, having worked for former Supervisor Ramos of San Bernardino County. And I definitely encountered this a lot with the various staff members. And I think overall we were a pretty good team working together. If there was any kind of tension or anything that we had, we didn't really let it show. We just kind of kept on working and getting the job done. But I think these types of temperament and the different meanings behind each one of them, and what each of them means basically, is very important in understanding for me personally why people were the way they are when I worked with them, and just understanding who they were in general. So starting off, so with the idealist in our group, that was definitely our field representative for the Barstow area. She was always, pretty much always out there and basically representing the district. So the way I worked with her was to basically send out certificates based on the events that she was attending. So I didn't have much face-to-face contact with her, mainly phone contact. And she was definitely the person that was more diplomatic, very someone that was always seeking, harmony and things like that. She was also very excited about the work that she did and very detailed about what work she was doing and where she was going. So she was definitely the idealist in the group. The rational person in our group definitely was our legislative analyst. And he was a more calm and independent person. He tended to want to work on his own, wasn't someone that necessarily sought help in the work that he was doing. He was the person that was basically analyzing the agendas, the Board of Supervisors agendas, and also other agendas from various meetings and agencies that we worked with. Basically, was the person that was trying to determine the things that the supervisor needed to pay special attention to. So he was definitely the more investigative and um, independent person. So definitely the rational person in the group. And then the guardian in our group, I can definitely say, was our chief of staff. She was definitely someone that never said, I can't do it. She was definitely a person that was always seeking more responsibility. She was working on her master's at the time while also managing our office, so she was definitely someone that was very well rounded and always sought more responsibility when she could. She was very she was someone that some people would classify as controlling, but I was I was kind of more I was kind of in between. She was definitely someone that wanted to do things herself, but also let others do the work that we could do as well. So kind of in between on that. Um, and then also we had our artisan in the group who was our executive assistant. And she was definitely someone who was very creative and also someone that was always seeking stimulation. Someone that was that tended to basically do whatever she could, basically to keep going in the day and push herself as well. So she was definitely the artisan in the group. So yeah, so I definitely encountered each one of these different types of temperament in my workplace, and it's definitely exciting to see um, why people are the way they are in regards to temperament and the differences between the groups. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Okay, bye. Thank you.